Jenny, welcome back to my channel. So you guys know that I recently got a lot of makeup if you saw my last haul, so it was the opportunity to kind of just take everything out and play with it. And if you haven't seen that video, I will list it down below in the description bar. So lately I've just been into this dark kind of glossy wet look. And it's really pretty. It looks really dramatic, and I think it's kind of like grungy and sexy, but you want to keep everything else to a minimum. I realize now that I shouldn't have applied like highlight, because I don't know, I really wanted the main focus to be in the eyes, but all the glossiness, it just kind of takes away from the eyes a little. So if you are going to be doing this look, I would suggest to not apply kind of a shimmery highlight. I would just keep all the face matte, including the lips. But other than that, I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. But yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and if you want to find out how I did this glossy wet look, then please keep watching. Alright guys, so I'm going to be starting off with my Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm loving this stuff. It smells like coconut. It just takes me on like vacation. And then I'm going to go in with a full coverage foundation. This one is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I'm going to buff that right into my skin. I like to drag it all the way down to the neck, and sometimes I get my ears just so everything is kind of like the same color. And then for brows, I've been obsessed with this brow wiz from Anastasia. And I'm sure, I mean, I've had this in the past. I'm sure you guys have it too. But it just makes life so much easier. I think this is like my new brow tool. So goodbye to dip brow pomade. And then I like to always do this step. It just makes my brows, it transforms my eyebrows. It's just from like okay to perfect, and it just gives you a super sharp eyebrow. And then I'm also going to prime my eyelids using my usual, this is my Laying Low paint pot from MAC. So now moving on to the eyes, I like to take any light matte eyeshadow, and I apply that all over my lid because it really helps blending a lot easier. So if you have trouble blending, definitely try this because it's going to make a big difference. So now moving on to some of my new eyeshadows. These I am obsessed with. If you've seen my last haul, you've already seen them. I'm gonna take the first color called Filthy Rich. It's a beautiful kind of like mahogany rusty color, and this is going to go above the crease, in the crease, and above the crease, and then kind of working it upwards. I like to flick the outer corners up, especially if you have droopy, sad looking eyes like I do. It's a lot more flattering to kind of give the eye a little bit of a lift. Okay, so I'm gonna take a black gold eyeshadow. This one is from Makeup Forever. It's another new product that I recently purchased. I am in love with this color. When I saw this color, I envisioned this exact look, something just super grungy and really smoky. So I'm packing that right onto my lid, and I'm taking a blending brush and I'm going to blend that color and Filthy Rich together. I don't want to see where the color starts or ends, so just pack it on and blend it out as much as you can. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my concealer before I do anything else. I like to do this step last because just in case I got any fallout, this is going to get rid of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff it out, and then I'm going to take a translucent powder and press that into the skin. So going back into the eyes, I'm going to take Filthy Rich, and I'm going to buff that into the lower lash line. I like to buff it pretty low because this is a kind of dramatic smoky look, so you could go as low as you want with this. And just to make sure everything is nice and buffed out, I'm taking a larger brush with no color added, and I'm just going back and forth to soften any of the edges. I'm going to take a black gel liner and apply that into my waterline and kind of bring it down a little bit, and then I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to smudge that downwards. And then taking that same eyeshadow that I have on my lid, I'm going to set it and continue just to blend that right into a Filthy Rich and just create a really grungy, smoked out look. Now for the magic, this is Mink Magnet. It's a beautiful, beautiful frosty, or I don't even know what you would call it. It's like super shimmery golden color, and I'm going to be applying this wet, and I like to just pop that right into the center of my eyes, and this is what is going to give this look a kind of shiny, glossy look. And if you want it to be a little bit more intense, you should wet it with a little bit of Fix Plus. I'm going to apply a few coats of mascara and then apply some false lashes. I chose kind of simple lashes. I call them simple because they're not dramatic at all, but the actual shape of them creates a little bit of more drama to it because they're very spiky, but they're not full at all. So I thought that these would be like the perfect combination. Okay, so now I'm going to bronze up my face and do a little bit of contouring. I'm taking my NYX Highlight and Contour palette, and I'm just going to take a light shade and buff that right into the hollows of my cheeks. I'm not really trying to contour, it's more of a bronze, because I'm really just trying to warm up my complexion and give some color back into my face. I'm going to take the lighter shades in the palette, the matte ones, and I like to kind of pat them right under my contour because it really helps bring that contour out and creates more of a chisel, making my face appear a little bit slimmer. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting. I'm taking my BECCA shimmering highlighter in the color Opal, and I focus this just on the high points of my cheeks, and just to give me a little bit of a glow for summer. And then I'm also going to just apply that to the center of my nose just to make it look a little bit slimmer. For the lips, I'm going for a super nude look. This one is called Transformed from MAC, and as you can see, it's very, very, very nude. It looks pretty similar to my skin tone, so I'm just going to kind of mute out my lips. And then I decided for the eyes that I wanted just kind of like a brightness in the inner corners, so I'm going in with a pencil from Makeup Forever, and I'm just going to pop that right in the inner corners. And that pretty much completes the look, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of this look. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys.